Our military, stronger, bigger, better than ever before, and now I see it being dissipated and being given. Our military is being given to the enemy. Biden failed totally on the pandemic, and he's now overseeing the greatest foreign policy humiliation in the history of the United States of America. This is the greatest humiliation I've ever seen. Biden's botched exit in Afghanistan is the most astonishing display of gross incompetence by a nation's leader, perhaps at any time that anybody's ever seen. Name another situation like this. Vietnam looks like a masterclass in strategy compared to Joe Biden's catastrophe. And it didn't have to happen. All he had to do is leave the soldiers there until everything's out. Our citizens, our weapons. Then you bomb the hell out of the bases. We have 5 bases. And you say, bye-bye. You say bye-bye. The scene of those big, giant planes taking off with people hanging on the sides and falling off. There'll never be anything like that. That's worse than the helicopters. You remember the helicopters taking off the roofs? This blows it away. Not even a contest. This will go down as one of the great military defeats of all time, and it did not have to happen that way. This is not a withdrawal. This was a total surrender. They surrender for no reason. They weren't asking. We had them. I dealt with Abdul. He was the leader. I said, Abdul, anything happens, we are going to rain terror upon you. It will be a terrible thing.
And that feckless, dementia-ridden piece of crap just sent my son to die. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to Marines at my door telling me my son was dead.
And they would have followed him through the gates of hell if that's what it took. And ultimately, that's pretty much what he did.
My son was one of the Marines that died yesterday. And to listen to that... Sorry, I'm on the radio.
No. Go ahead.
My son was one of the Marines that died yesterday. 20 years and 6 months old, getting ready to come home from Jordan to be with his wife to watch the birth of his son. And that feckless, dementia-ridden piece of crap just sent my son to die. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to Marines at my door telling me my son was dead. So, to have her on right before me and listen to that piece of crap talk about diplomatic with freaking Taliban terrorists who just blew up my son and know nothing, to not say anything about, oh my God, I'm so sorry for the families. So my son is gone, and I just want all you Democrats who cheated in the election or who voted for him legitimately, you just killed my son.
Day 24 of the Biden administration, they still don't know how many Americans officially have been left behind, and there is zero plan to get them out. While these hostages were abandoned by Joe Biden, they have not been abandoned by their fellow Americans. 6 charter planes from great Americans around the country, including retired special ops officers on the ground, risking their lives, and other private organizations are now on the tarmac in an airport in northern Afghanistan. They're ready to take off, carrying Americans and our allies to Qatar. According to various reports, these planes are now being blocked by the Taliban and others, and have been blocked in some cases for 6 long days. And even the U.S. State Department is not helping. The Taliban is apparently demanding a ransom payment from the U.S. government. The State Department reportedly refusing to grant approval for private evacuation flights to land in other countries. That is insane. Not only is the Biden State Department doing nothing to rescue our fellow Americans that they abandoned, Now they are reportedly obstructing private rescue missions by a lot of retired ops guys, special ops forces that are willing to put their own lives at risk to help the Americans that he abandoned. The Americans who were supposed to board these planes, they showed up at the airport, they forked over their papers to the Taliban, and once again tonight they are in hiding, now more vulnerable than ever. One unnamed person involved with the extraction efforts, telling Fox News, quote, "If one life is lost as a result of this, the blood is on the White House's hands. Their blood is on their hands." Adding, quote, "It is not the Taliban that is holding this up as much as it sickens me to say. It is the U.S. government. This is so bad, even Democratic Senator, huge liberal, Richard Blumenthal, Connecticut, is blasting the administration over their incompetence." Are you okay with this, Ron Klain, Tony Blinken, Joe Biden, if you're awake, Susan Rice? Is this one of the contingencies that you plan for also, or do you just not care that you abandoned Americans and left them pretty much for dead to fend for themselves? That's right, under terrorist rule.